During the first 4 months of life, babies begin to engage the world and the people in it. Their motivation to explore and communicate stimulates them to move their bodies, focus their attention, and send and receive messages. The basis for development and learning in all domains. Right from birth, babies are actively learning about their bodies. For example, Olivia, at 7 weeks, explores her hands, legs, and feet. Through repeated exploration, she gains information about her body and how she can use it. Young babies are also quite engaged in trying to connect with others, sending messages, expecting responses, and in the process, learning how people behave. As they grow, their messages become more differentiated. Here, Olivia shows signs of displeasure and expects that her mother will be able to read her message.
You ready to get up? Shall we get up and have something to eat? Huh? Hi.
Here, she exhibits a more intense signal, distress. She expects that her mom will get. She has a more urgent need.
Hi, sweetheart.
By 7 weeks, she has learned to send out more differentiated messages related to her needs than she did when she was 1 month old.
Hi.
The same is true for her messages signaling pleasure.
Hi. Put your foot in there.
She not only shows the generalized signs of pleasure of the newborn, but gives positive responses to her mom's behavior, including smiling, increased vocalizations,
Does it feel a little bit better? Good morning. Hi.
and physical activity.
Hi, Olivia. Oh, you're stretching, huh?
Olivia's messages trigger the behaviors of others. And when her expectations are met, she may even respond with a smile. She is showing signs of developmental progress.
You gonna roll over first? Wow, you did roll over.
4-month-olds, like Ella, give even more highly differentiated signals than Olivia. Here, she sends quite clear messages, engaging in purposeful back and forth interactions with her father. He engages her, and she engages him.
There you go.
Reading his cues that fun is about to happen, she readies herself for it, sending messages to her father with the positioning of her body, with her coos, with her eyes, and showing him her enjoyment of his attention with her laugh.
You like that?
At this age, we start to see the power children have in relationships, as well as the power relationships have over them. Anaya, also 4 months, has already learned to alter how she responds to adults according to how the adults respond to her. For example, when her father acknowledges her vocalizations with a smile, a vocal response, and light touching, she increases her vocalizations toward him. 4-month-olds are skilled at reading others' behavior and adapting to the behaviors of others. They vary their cries, movements, and facial expressions to meet the circumstances they find themselves in, and even engage in imitation as they become more socially skilled and effective. While Anaya is playing with her father, her brain is shaping pathways of hearing and sight. Anaya is developing strategies to prolong interesting experiences. She changes how she holds and grasps things based on the attributes of the objects held, and shows pleasure when mastering simple motor tasks. When talked to
What's up, boo?
by those who care for them,
How you doing?
babies start to learn language.
Oh, yeah. It's Grammy's girl. Oh, look, the toe. The toe showed up. The toe showed up. Hey. Hey, good looking. What you got cooking?
Children of this age are also very attuned to the languages spoken in their presence. They become sensitive to their home languages, and more are able to distinguish the sounds of those languages.
Hi.
There we go.
You suck your fingers? Are they tasty?
Noticing developmental changes in very young babies can be challenging, and one can easily miss them.
You find your hand?
Many early behaviors may mean several things at the same time. For example, a young baby's cry may simultaneously represent the beginning of communication, language development, a tool for getting needs met, intellectual development,
Do you like being back there, huh? Is that better?
and a way of relating to others, social, emotional development.
Is it better being back there?
Or behaviors that look almost identical, such as prolonged focus on a person, might mean different things at different times. A tool to deepen emotional connections, or a way to increase understanding of how people move in space. The less obvious advances of the early months are as important to a young child's healthy development as are the more obvious advances of the older infant. Added to the adult's love, the recognition of and appropriate response to early developmental achievements is an incredible gift. It lets babies know that the path that they are moving along is understood and supported.